guys, so today's pride design is going to be based on the colors of the pan flag. To start off, I'm going to be using Florist, Maddie, and Mimosa from Madam Glam to create the star nail that I'm going to do. I'm doing this star in the same way you would do like the repeating heart or like the Powerpuff Girl heart design. That's pretty common. So I'm just gonna start off by drawing a star right in the middle of the nail, or at least as close as I can get it to the middle. I'm just going in with the pink first, and then I'll do the yellow and then the blue, and then just keep repeating those colors like that. So like I said, I'm just going in and drawing this pink star on here in the middle, and I spent a lot of time trying to get it like as even as I possibly could. That way the rest of the star would also be even. Your first shape that you do here, whether you do the star or the heart or whatever shape you do, is like the most important part to get right. So you want to take your time and make sure that you get the shape where you want it and how you want it before moving on to the next color, because that is going to determine how the rest of the design is going to turn out. After I got that star done, I did go ahead and flash cure that real quick before outlining it with the yellow. And for this part, you kind of have to go a little bit like bigger than what you wanted, or you'll kind of lose the shape. That's more so common with the heart. I felt like even if I didn't extend the little like legs of the star out a little bit more, I think the shape would have been fine, and you still would have had that like star shape continuing outwards for the rest of the nail. But I didn't want to just directly go around the pink star and then like keep doing it like that and find out later that I was losing my star shape. So I did just go ahead and make sure that my lines were a little bit extended just to keep that star shape. And in between each color, I do flash cure it until I get to the final color that I'm adding, and then I will cure that for 60 seconds. I did only do one coat of all of these colors, and I don't do the entire star design on camera just because this design took so long. It took me like an hour to do all of this. And I just felt like it's pretty straightforward here once you see what I do, like how to do it. And I just felt like you didn't really need to see me doing this star pattern over and over and over again. So just know, if you are going to do this design, whether you do the star or the heart, or you choose some other shape to do, it is a very time consuming design because you have to do your color, then you have to flash cure it, then do the next color, flash cure that, and keep repeating that until it like covers the entire nail. If you're covering the entire nail, obviously with a longer nail like this, it's going to take way longer than if you were to do it on a shorter nail. And then this is what it looks like once it is all done. Now that I am finished with that design, I'm going in and painting the rest of the nails with a Flirty. I did 2 coats of that, and I cured each coat for 60 seconds. And I will say that the design that I'm doing on the rest of these nails is way easier than that star design. I do feel like the star is kind of a little bit of a more advanced design. You could do the heart. I feel like the heart is way easier than the star, But if you are still a little intimidated by doing the repeating heart design, you could just, skip out on that nail and do something else on it if you wanted to, or if you wanted to do the heart or star, whatever, you can do that. They're your nails. You can do whatever you want. So after getting all the nude on, I'm doing this, like, I don't really know what to call this design, but I'm calling it a half French because it's kind of like a French tip, but it's only like half of a French tip. So I'm just using those same colors that I was using previously. I'm starting with the blue, and I'm just drawing a line down the side of the nail at first, and then I go and I kind of create like that half of a smile line. If that's making any sense. I think visually it'll make sense if you watch it versus me trying to explain what I'm doing here. But I try to keep that line on the side thinner and then like flare it out as I get down to around like the free edge area. And then once I got the blue all on, I flash cured that and then moved on with my next color. And I know I was a little out of frame there when I was originally drawing on this line, but I promise when I get to the other nails, I'm not out of frame, so you can see like fully what I'm doing on the nail. And I went in the same direction on the thumb and the pointer, and then I did the opposite direction on the pinky and the ring, because I was kind of trying to make it so it like framed the star nail kind of a little bit. That might not make much sense right now, but when you see like the entire set together, I think you'll understand better what I'm trying to say of like trying to create a frame around the star. So for the yellow and the pink, I do it the exact same way. I start out by outlining that previous section of color, and then I will go back and like thicken up those lines and create that thicker like swoop like thing there. But when I do go with the next color, I do take it up a little bit higher than the previous color. That way it all kind of like tapers up in that corner and then goes down and flares out, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I feel like if you look at what I'm doing and like watch what I'm doing, you'll understand better than me trying to explain it. Sometimes I'm not the best at explaining things and like how I'm doing things, and it's just better to watch what I'm doing versus listening to me attempt to explain and like terribly explain what I'm doing. But just like before, once I got done with the yellow, I flash cured it and then moved on to the pink. And then once I got the pink done, I did a full cure for 60 seconds. Oh my gosh. So this part, I was just minding my business, trying to do my nails, when all of a sudden the power just goes out in my room. And I go out into the living room and I ask my sisters what was going on. Well, they were both making something. One of them was using the air fryer and one was using the microwave. And you can't do that because it, like, I don't know what exactly happens, but the power goes out in the kitchen if you do that. So then that happened, and they were outside trying to turn the power back on in the kitchen, and they couldn't figure out which switch to flip to turn it back on. And they were like flipping all the switches, and they flipped the switch for my room, and the power went off in my room, and yeah. So for my little star charms, I'm just using these little gold charms that you can get from like Amazon or Temu or AliExpress or whatever. And then I'm painting them in the pink, yellow, and blue colors. I was originally trying to do this with rhinestones, like star-shaped rhinestones, but I could never find any small little star rhinestones. All of the ones that I were finding were really big, and I didn't want that. And I do have some little star rhinestones, but they weren't the right colors. And I was trying to find more like that, but I couldn't find any anywhere. And I searched all over Amazon, Temu, Shein, AliExpress. Like, I could not find any tiny little star rhinestones. So I decided to just paint these little metal charms to match with what I'm doing. So that's a little hack. If you have any of those little metal charms and they don't necessarily match with what you're doing, or you want them to be a different color, you wish you had them in a different color, you can just paint them. So after getting all of my little stars painted, I'm just taking my rhinestone glue and laying that down where I'm going to be applying the stars. Usually when I do any kind of charms or rhinestones, I will lay down the rhinestone glue and then go right on top with my top coat. But for this, I decided, since I was going to top coat the stars as well, I felt it was unnecessary to top coat or add the top coat on top of the rhinestone glue. Although in the end, I did end up regretting it because there is a little like ledge there, and you can tell like where the rhinestone glue is. Only if you're up close and really looking at the nails hard. Like from a distance you can't tell, and if you're not really paying attention, you can't really tell that there's that like ridge where the rhinestone glue is. But after I got the stars on, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. And I wasn't curing in between placing them on because these stars are super lightweight and super small. They were just staying right in place. They weren't sliding around or moving around at all. So I was able to place all the stars on first and then cure all the nails at the same time. And then after getting all that cured, I went in with my shiny top coat from LGN and top coated the entire nail, including those stars, because they are covered with the gel polish. I didn't want any of that to chip off. I usually top coat these or encapsulate them anyhow because the metal will end up tarnishing and changing colors with like everyday wear and washing your hands and everything. and this is how they came out. I absolutely love this set that I did. I think it is the coolest set I've ever done. I really love this star design as well. I actually like the way the star, like repeating star, looks more than the repeating heart. And looking at them up close, you can kind of see what I was talking about, the like lump of rhinestone glue up there at the top, and still being able to kind of see that. Like I said, if you're looking at it from a distance and you're not really like looking for that, you're not going to notice it. But because I did them and I like know that this is what it looks like I see it right away. And then also now seeing the entire set together, you can kind of see what I was trying to say earlier about creating like a frame around that star nail there, and how the two on either side go in that same direction to kind of like point at and like frame the star there. I'm just super happy with how this set came out. Especially that star nail. Like, I cannot stop looking at that nail because it just looks so cool. Some of the lines did get a little funky, especially up there towards the top. They look a little more rounded than pointed, but I still think it looks really good. I also feel like this set would look really cool matte as well. Even like putting the matte top coat over the little star charms that I did, I think would give like this really cool look to this set. I honestly kind of want to do this set again and do it like with different colors, just to see like what it would look like with different color combinations. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.